Hey guys, it's Fairy Grace and this is working. I finally got my tripod. I finally got a little remote. I feel so official. I'm ready for TEDx to start since I still can't edit. I suck at that. Okay, go ahead and like this page if you have not already. Invite people to like it. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. Maybe. Or also please go right now and like and subscribe on my YouTube channel that I'm just going to start promoting. On June 12th, what I'm going to do, we're going to draw 3 names and they're each going to receive a $25 gift certificate. So 2 names will be drawn off of the YouTube subscribers, which you have a really good chance because I think I only have 3 subscribers right now. And then 1 will be on this Facebook page. So go ahead and do that and then we'll announce the winners on June 12th. Okay, so what I promised to give you, I really miss my TV live co-host interview days, acting days, and all of that, and I just like randomly taking my phone in the middle of extemporaneous moments and just video something that I think's cute or fun or someone can be encouraged, because I really do mean all of it, but I need it to be content and really have a purpose now when I'm doing a video. So that's what I'm going to give you. So when I'm asking you to like this page and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'm going to make it more professional, though this is my living room. My artist husband, he is a fabulous painter back in the day, but it's going to get better and better. So I'm going to give you more and more, and everything is free right now. Okay, so today's purpose, let's get into it, is the top 10 steps to getting your castle clean and the way that it should be. And when I mean castle, it's your home, your sanctuary. So when you come home, you should want to come home. It should feel amazing to step into your castle. It's your domain. It's your safe haven. It's your refuge. When life is crazy and maybe everything's out of control, you can control your home. Okay, I just thought of something from my past life that, yeah, sometimes you can't. Okay. But you can keep it clean. So let's just take that for another day, another topic, another serious issue, which is not today. But you can control your castle. And I'm going to give you 10 simple steps that I believe if you do these steps, you'll have a beautiful castle that when you come home, you will relax, you'll love it, you can unwind, you can settle from the day, and you can be rejuvenated and ready to go for the next day. Because we know that if you have a clean home, that you sleep better, you have clarity of mind, your creativity flows very easily for you. And when you have a cluttered home, you have a cluttered mind. So basically you're going against yourself when you're not taking care of yourself. I used to think that people loved a hotel room because, oh, you're on vacation and you're in a hotel, it's a novelty. But one day it finally hit me when I cleaned my husband and my bedroom and we slept really good the next day. And it hit me, oh my gosh, when I woke up, our room looks like a hotel room. So it's not the novelty that you're in a hotel room paying way too much for a dirty mattress and God only knows what's on the carpet and sheets, but you love it because it's clean and it's organized. So that's what you need your castle to be. You need to have it clean and organized so you can be the best version of yourself and have the most productivity that you want, especially if you work from home, which most people are right now during COVID, or just because you work your butt off or you play really hard and you need to come home and you need to unwind and relax and have your sanctuary and have your peace and have where you recharge your batteries, whether you're an extrovert or introvert. So here are the 10 steps that I think if you apply and keep doing over and over in each room, you will have a very successful home and what it should be. So come against that second law of thermodynamics where everything's in the motion of going in disorder and decay. You're gonna combat it right now. So the first step, you're ready to clean. You need to get comfy. Number 1, get comfy. So what I mean by that, when I used to be a jeweler, I used to come home and I'd had nice clothes on and I'd have all this jewelry and my hair done or whatever. I was not in the mood to clean. I needed to get in the mood. So just like we get ready for work, we may put on a uniform or we may put on certain accessories or we need certain supplies or tools. We get ready for the workday, right? For those 8 hours, we get supplies. We get ourselves dressed up for it to look the part, act the part, and be the part. It's the same thing when you're cleaning. So take off your stilettos, take off your Omega watch. Go ahead, ladies, men, if I love a man bun, by the way. My family and I, we joke about that all the time. Put your hair up, get it out of the way, be free. Get in comfy clothes. This is the time to get in your yoga pants or maybe even your pajamas if you want, not to go to the store like our society right now we do. I've done that a few times and I'm like, oh my God, gosh, put yourself in check. So don't do that, but get comfy. Get to where you feel comfortable and you feel good. I remember when I used to clean with my friend, she asked me, hey, do you need some money? I just quit my job and I was venturing off on my own as an entrepreneur. And I was like, yeah, I actually just quit my job this week. And we went to clean a very nice house of a doctor. And I came in bummy clothes. I had like a previous bleach stain, and I had like probably cutty, that's a new word, cut off jeans that I just used because I figured I'm cleaning, I'm getting dirty, I'm getting yucky. And then to my surprise, the lady that hired me, she came and she looked nice. She looked like, I'm not even kidding, like what I look like right now. She had nice jeans on. She had a nice t-shirt on. It was clean. It was pressed, no wrinkles. She looked nice. Her hair was done. She had makeup. It was very early. I did not have any makeup on. But she had her makeup on, and I thought, wow. And it just made me think for a moment that, yeah, it's okay to always look your best. And whatever makes you feel good, makes you feel motivated to what you need to do. And from then on, yes, the next time we showed up at our next house the following week, I looked like her. I put on a nice pair of clothes. I had a nice shirt, nothing ratty, nothing that looked like it was Saturday morning and I was working in the yard pulling weeds. I mean, I didn't put my ball gown and wear my tiara, but I looked decent. That if you saw me in a store, you're like, oh, she looks decent. She's not going to go clean a lawyer's toilet right now. But you need to get comfy. So whatever comfy looks like for you, that's your first step. So you feel ready to go, right? If you were going to go run a mile, you wouldn't have what you had on for work. Well, maybe, I don't know. But you would put on the right shoes, the right clothes, fix your attire. Okay, way too much time on that. Let's get better at this. Okay, great. So the first one, get comfy. So you're ready to go to clean. Number 2, have the time. So make sure you have the time and you have it allotted for how much you want to spend cleaning. Even if you have 15 minutes, I want you to put 15 minutes on your phone. Don't answer the phone if someone calls. Don't even answer the door if someone's knocking. Like, you set aside that 15 minutes. Nothing should interrupt it. Okay? I know that's really hard with kids and family and stuff like that. I totally turned the fan off to do this so it wasn't noisy, and I'm actually sweating. Yes, tropical me is sweating. Okay, perspiration. So have the time, whatever it is, allotted and no distractions. Have you ever done that where you're like, I'm getting into it, you're in a cleaning mood, you're like conquering the world, or you're doing some work from home, you're typing, I mean, you're making things head over heels, leaps and bounds, and then all of a sudden you stop, and then for some reason you just can't start again. That motivation is gone. That inspiration has left you. See you later. So you have to make sure that you don't stop. This is where multitasking does not come in your favor. You are cleaning and that's all you're doing. Hey sis, thanks for calling. Sorry, talk to you later. Except you're not even gonna look at it or answer. You can even put it on silent. Which brings us to the third one, that you shouldn't be using your phone to answer it anyhow, because the third one is set the mood, right? You need to like be in the mood. You need to be inspired for what you're about to do. So for me, when I get to cleaning, the first thing I do is put my music on. I put my jams that will inspire me. I'm setting the mood, right? Putting the music on that's gonna get the job done. I like candles. I like candles of aromatherapy that rejuvenate me maybe from my long day, or maybe I'm still kind of sluggish and don't really want to clean at this moment, but I know I need to and I have the time, like point number 2, have the time, even if it's 15 minutes. If it's 3 hours, put your phone on 3 hours. Because I think going back to that point, when you feel like you only have so much time to do something, I think you are so much more condensed and the meat and the heart of it to get it done, right? Have you ever had to go to a meeting or to work or go do something, and you're told someone you'd meet them in an hour, and then all of a sudden you get inspired to like rearrange your shoes or get out the vacuum from last night's spaghetti that was on the floor? I don't know if that happens to you too. You get inspired when you know you only have a blocked amount of time. So that's what number 2 is, have the time, block the time, nothing else to do with it. But then 3 is set the mood. So you're using your phone not to talk on it, you're using your phone to put your jams on. And that's gonna help stimulate you. They found in a study that when people played Motown music, that they shopped and bought more. So just retailers there, put a little Motown on. But put what's good for you. If it's heavy metal, if it's rock, if it's R&B, if it's jazz, if it's Caribbean music, whatever you need. And then again, candles, I like the smell. So put something on if you like incense or whatever. I really do want you to be careful with chemicals though, because you're going to be cleaning, so you're going to have chemicals in the air anyhow. So just be careful you're not giving yourself an overload of artificial things that really aren't organically good for us. But do set the mood however that looks like for you. For me, it's candles. Put that on silent. It's candles and it's music. Okay, number 4. Now, here we go. You got your clothes on, you're ready for the race, you're ready to conquer the world. You look great, you feel great, you're ready to go. You have the time, you put it on your phone, you set that block so you're not feeling overwhelmed that you're stuck in your castle all day to do this. You have the allotted time, so you know you gotta get her done. And 3, you set the mood. It's feeling great, it's ready to go. Your castle's saying like, hey, let's do this, we got this. So pick a room. This is very important. This is something I learned over time. This is vital. Because if you're like me and you're a multitasker and you're a creative person and you're just going from room to room, have you ever done this? Where you go room to room and you're doing stuff like nonstop. You're a hummingbird, you're a bumblebee, you are a go-getter, you're just on it. You're in it to win it. And then 3 hours go by, 1 hour goes by, and you look, you feel, and it looks like you've accomplished nothing. And the reason is you didn't stick to one room. You didn't have one focus in that block of time. So you are the 4th step. You are going to pick a room. Whatever room, say it. Say which room. Go ahead. What room, what's going to be your first room you're going to clean? Living room? Okay. What else does someone have? Bedroom? Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Be careful with the bedroom because those closets will get you in no time. It's like a time warp of hell. Okay, so let's say you're doing an office. Let's pick the office. Office has a lot of paperwork. That's probably not a good place to start. So basically you want to pick a room that you naturally feel you can accomplish. Like mentally, you feel like I got this room. And maybe one that's not over the top. Like some people will think the bathroom because it's the smallest room, but being a former cleaning lady and just living life, the bathroom, you got to get down and dirty in the dirty, if you know what I mean. So let's say you pick a living room, okay? So that was what step was that, picking a room. Number 4, you picked a room. Don't do any other room until this room is accomplished. And even if you don't finish this room, the next time you start, you go back to that room till it's done. You still will never, say never start another room until that one room is done. So multitasking, focus, together. Focus on that one room, not multitasking. That kind of like flip-flop. Now, you picked your room. We're going to say living room or whatever room you said. Now, you have to label it. Okay? What I mean by that is step number 5. You have to label it, meaning you have to give it its title and its purpose. Kind of like at work. You go somewhere for work. Let's say it's at a department store. You have a manager, you have a CEO, you have an owner maybe, you have sales associates, you have janitors, you have undercover people watching, making sure there's no shoplifters. So everyone has a title, everyone has a purpose, right? And it really helps get the job done and have a nice flowing business, whatever the business is. And everyone knows their part. Your room needs to know its part in your castle. So what I mean by that, what's your living room? Label it. My living room, well, is my living room. But let's go a little deeper. What's my purpose of my living room? And everyone may have something different, but some generic ones would be, I want to sit on a comfy couch. I want to relax and watch a movie. I want to watch some games. Or I want to play games. I want to have family night, game night, or I want to have hangouts with my friends. Whatever the purpose of that room is, you pick that room and you label it. You give it its purpose. I guess kind of like everybody's into the big know your why. Your room needs to know its why. What's its purpose? So if you label it, my living room is living room, because that one's kind of obvious. But it's to watch TV, it's to relax. And it's also to have book nights with my friends on Thursdays. Okay, now your room has a label and it has a purpose. Now you can go a step further and you can even write this down. I encourage you in writing anything down. You can sit down and you can write out how you want your room to feel for people, how you want to feel. So for example, The night that I want book night, I want people to feel comfortable. I want there to be enough room for people for a sitting area. When I just want to relax and watch TV, I want to make sure, the feng shui is nice and I can see my TV well. It's nothing awkward. It's a natural flow. And I want to make sure that my sofa is at a nice angle and it's laid out so I have the best square footage. So now I have what my room is, living room. What is my purpose? To relax, to have a Bible study. How do I want us to feel? I want us to feel relaxed. I want us to feel connected. I want us to feel cozy. So you see what I'm saying there? So you will pick your room, you'll label your room. Now here's, I think, the fun part, which is number 6, and it is emptying the room. So this is how I really like to get in and get clean and get focused. There's that fan still not being on, and we just had a really hard rain and a storm, and now that humidity is getting. I love emptying a room. So basically, I'm the type of person, like an artist, I like to have a clean palette. I like to have a clean slate even. Like I'm really big in all that. Like I'm a big New Year's person, new beginning, new opportunities, clean slate. That's where the optimism of like forgive and forget and move on, and whatever happened yesterday, let it go. Today's a new day. Well, it's the same thing with my rooms. I empty everything out. Just like I really believe metaphorically we need to do every day of the garbage and the bad in our life so that the good can come in. Can I get an amen there? So I empty the room. Anything I can carry out of the room, anything that will fit through the door or the area that there's an opening, I get it out. Everything. I'm talking everything. Now it's maybe in the hallway, it may be in the way, it may be cumbersome if there's other people that I'm sharing the house with, but you need to empty out the room as much as you can. One of the reasons is because now you have to clean it. So you are going to, I think that is number 7. So you empty the room on number 6, get everything out. I even do this. This also helps if you're feeling overwhelmed or you didn't really ever set the room up how you wanted it to. So you're going to kind of feel trapped and set in the way that the room is how it is and it has to stay that way, but it doesn't. That room may evolve into something really amazing now that you're taking these steps. So even like a junk drawer, I can feel overwhelmed, like I'm opening it like, okay, where does this go? And it's just like, it's too much. And then before I know it, I feel like all I've done is really like just played Jenga and dominoes in there, moving everything around, and it still looks messy and no purpose. It's because I'm still living in the moment of the garbage in there. I literally love to take junk drawers and dump them out. Now, I have that clean slate I was talking about, and I do this for clothes. Ladies, even men, we have so many clothes that we don't wear. I think they say we only wear 30% of the clothes that we have. The rest just sit there. So I'd love to do this for my clothes. I take the drawer completely out and I empty it. It is a clean slate. It is metaphorically beautiful to mold it into whatever I want and literally ready to let me have it create and become something brand new. Okay. So you empty the room because this is going to give you the clean slate to see, okay, and look at it in a new light. How do I really want this room now that I've labeled it, now that I gave it a purpose, now that I know how I want it to feel when I come in and other people come in and I know what it's really for, okay? Like maybe right now your living room is also your office and maybe that's kind of making things flow funny and the desk is funny, but if you take out everything, you can look at it in a new light and a new beginning, and maybe it needs a new beginning. They say that also with hair. If you've had the same hair for 10 years, you need a new beginning. Maybe that room has been 20 years. It needs a new beginning. It needs to feel life and revived again. So you empty out the room. And now you're going to wipe everything down. So this is where the actual cleaning process comes in. And I like a Swiffer, and so I can take all the dust off and hit the fans. And that's what I do. Like when I go in a room, I look to see if that fan's clean. I've been in some really spiffy places, like really top-notch, high-dollar paying places. And I'm like, okay, not bad. And then my eyes, whoop, always studies the ceiling fan. And when I see like dust, like it has not been cleaned in way too long, it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing. And I have to say there's very few places I've gone to that the fan is actually clean. So anyhow, this is where you're gonna do what most people don't do. You're gonna get your fan. You're gonna take that Swiffer. You can like mold it, bend it, angle it, and get all the dust off of it. You're gonna take baseboards. I know growing up in Virginia Beach, I don't think we had baseboards, so we didn't have to wipe them down. Maybe we did, I just didn't remember them. But in these older homes, they're really prominent. You're gonna take a bucket. I take a Mr. Clean or a Lysol with warm water. Wear gloves so you don't get those chemicals penetrating in your skin. Wipe down the baseboards. Take that Swiffy, go all over the walls. You won't even maybe realize the cobwebs and the yuck and the filth and the layers that are on there. So now your whole room is empty as much as you can, except for big bulky furniture. But you can also use Easy Moves. That was my former uncle that created the really nice ones. They're literally called Easy Moves. Highly recommend them. So hard to find now. But you can move like anything. Like I could move anything just by putting those under and it just slides. Okay. So wipe the walls down, get the fan down, take the windows, clean the windows with Windex. The best Windex is the one out of a can. So those are really great. And then any big furniture, you're gonna wipe it down, which that brings us to number 7. Wipe everything down. Is it an object? Yeah? Wipe it down. Everything gets wiped so that if somebody came in with a white glove test and wiped across the surface of anything, they would have, oh, no dust. Very nicely done. So the room's empty, so you can do several things. You can get everything wiped down, and then all the big furnitures you can wipe down. Get the windows, and also so that when we come to our 8th step, no, it's not there. Oh, and this is also where you can vacuum. So after you wipe everything down, I know some people say, wait till the very end to vacuum. But this is good if you get the vacuum, because believe it or not, say your house, your castle is messy and someone's coming over, I always suggest throwing any loose object that's not supposed to be in the room and hiding it in that closet or wherever, or that room that no one's going to go into, but also vacuuming or sweeping the floor. Just by cleaning the floor is going to make a world of difference, whether you realize it or the people coming last minute are. So I just suggest on number 7 to also vacuum once you've wiped everything down, because it's really going to get the momentum going, and it's really going to make the room feel like, hey, it is clean, because it is. Which is also going to be more inspiring when you get to number 8. Number 8 is 3 magic boxes. Can you guess what they are? Close. Yo, somebody had it. Right. They are the giveaway, the put away, and the throw away. So you're going to give away a box, put away a box, or throw away. And I'm very, very much a believer of don't throw it away if it's not garbage. And donate it, which is a hassle, because sometimes I have things sitting and I got to drop it off, and I got to know their hours, and I got to know where I'm dropping what off to what donation place would be best. But please don't throw things away. Like we cleaned this well-to-do person's house, and they had 5 bags of toys, like brand new toys, some unopened. Really? Like put that in your Jaguar maybe too small. Put that in your Escalade and donate it. Like that's a sin. So what you're going to do with these 3 magic boxes is you're going to very quickly go through the things in the room. So it makes perfect sense. Giveaway, meaning it's nice, but you don't want it, you don't need it, you know someone else that can have it, or donate it because it's still good. It's just not having a purpose for you anymore. The put away is you put it where it belongs. So if it goes back in that room because it meets the requirements, which is it fits the purpose of the room, the feel of the room, and what the room's purpose is. Okay, so the purpose and the feel of the room. And if it matches and it meets it, like the remote control, yeah, it fits in the room, it has a purpose in the room, so it goes back in there. Okay, the throwaway, this is if it's garbage and you don't need it and it's not worthy to be donated, you are literally going to put it in the garbage. And I try to say this to our older teenagers. If we would just throw away the garbage in this house, the house would actually be 50% cleaner. So to help combat this, in most of my rooms, I have a small trash can somewhere. Not always visible, but there is a trash can in the room, because you'd be surprised how much, no, you're not surprised. Look around your room, just like where you're sitting. Look around, go ahead, look around. You see any garbage? Yeah, you do. So get a garbage can, make it a fancy one, make it a nice one, make it an incognito one that you don't even know, or tuck it behind a big piece of furniture so it doesn't mess with the feng shui. but throw it away. I guarantee you right now, if you only had 15 minutes to go through your house and you really didn't want to get into the nitty gritty of a room, and you just grabbed a trash bag and threw your garbage out, you would already be like, the momentum would be insane. You're like, I can conquer the world, because you got rid of so much crap, like literally crap. It's trash, okay? So where were we? So the magic boxes. So give away, put away, or throw away. And giving things away gets easier. So our church years ago, they had an annual free yard sale. I'm a big free yard sale person. Usually I say I'm just circulating. Like, go to a yard sale, I buy it, and then a year later I donate it back or have a yard sale. But our church had a free yard sale. Like, everything was free once a year. So I got into condition. If it's nice and I don't need it, it's not giving me joy right now, which I actually have a video from years and years ago before the nice little Asian woman came out, which I'm a quarter Asian, so I can say that. But she would say, like, does it bring you joy? And I used to say that to people in cleaning. I'm like, look at the object. Does it bring you joy? So it must be a connection in the Asian world. Does it bring you joy? And then I would say, does it make you smile? Then keep it. If it doesn't, get rid of it. Like, you subconsciously know, innately know, like, it's not for you. It's not this season. So I would do that. I'd go through my house and purge to clean, to like let go of stuff, because cleaning very well-to-do houses, something I learned between people in a different tax bracket, they don't have clutter. They don't have garbage. And if they do happen to have a collection of something, which is rare, like bells or spoons or matches, they're like presented in a very prestigious or clean, neat, organized way. So I learned, like, I like the feel of a well-to-do, higher bracket home. One, because they also have cleaning people twice a month or every other week, usually, which makes it twice a month. Okay. So it's hard at first to give things away. I get it, but it gets easier. So like the first few times I did it, I thought, what if I need it later? What if I just need it later? Well, my oldest sister gave me 2 bags one day, like Christmas time, 2 bags stockpiled of shoes. They were garbage bags. And I couldn't believe it. And I felt like it was really great and really awesome that she gave me this, because fortunately we have the same shoe size. And I thought, why are you giving all these shoes away? And she's like, we're cleaning house. And I said, well, what if you need these cowboy boots? They're adorable. She's like, my husband said, if I need cowboy boots, he'll go back out and buy me a pair. Now that's a little bit of that limitless mentality that I really love, that if you need it, you can obtain it, you can get it. And sometimes in a lower income bracket, we do tend to hold on to everything. And I think one of it is we don't have money to throw around, as they say. Not that well-to-do people do either, or want to, even if they can, but because everybody pretty much spends a little bit over their means usually. But it was like a light bulb moment. That's a great idea. Her husband's like, we have these 2 bags of shoes, like literally white garbage bags full, and you don't wear them except maybe on a rare occasion. So they weren't like everyday shoes. They were like novelty shoes or fun shoes or really high shoes that most women, we don't want to wear too often unless you're like one of those crazy beast women, and I so admire you. I don't have that. I like my sneakers and my jeans and my boots. But it's a great idea. So think about that when you have something, because at first you're gonna be like, I have to hold on to everything because I might need it, right? I have to hold on to everything because I might need it that one day. And some of that's good if you have the space and the storage and you can do it in an organized, orderly fashion. But other times, I have to say, I think it's been 3 or 4 years I've had the boots. I still have them. I do rock them quite a bit because I do the entertainment, and there's a lot of times I go to an event and it's like Western or cowboy. I don't think her husband's ever had to buy her a pair of cowboy boots. So anyhow, so give it away. It's hard at first, but it gets easier, and you'll start to feel really good because you're created to give. And you'll start to feel good because then you'll start to see the reflex of your house, like higher bracket people. They don't have garbage. They don't have anything that they don't need. So number 9, wipe it down. So everything that's going back into this room has to be touched and wiped down. I don't care if it's a thimble. Like, I've even been crazy enough that I put change back in the room and I wipe it down. Yeah, that's a little bit extreme. Okay, I'm sorry again that I'm still perspiring without the ceiling fan on. Makeup. Oh wait, that's right. Not doing those days anymore. Okay. So wipe it down. This is huge. And this is something, I'm not gonna lie, if I've been to your house, I have looked to see if you've wiped stuff down, especially in your bathroom, because that seems to me where people have the most collected thin layer of dust. And I think that's really gross because it's a bathroom. Everything should be wiped. So I go in bathrooms. I'm not gonna lie. When I use your little latrine, your little privy, I look to see if you pass the white glove test, because a lot of people have their lotions and their bottles and their soap things, and there's just this real nice little thin layer of dust. I'm like, ew. So if it goes in the room, it has to be touched. It has to be wiped down. I like to use glass cleaner, Windex, vinegar. Any of those work really good. And this is also going to give everything a nice shine. Very impressive. Somehow the dog's in the house, the door open, I don't see anyone, and the door is closed. So apparently we have a very talented dog. Way to go, buddy. Okay, so number 9 was wiping it down. If it goes back in the room, it has to be wiped down. This is years of balloon twisting. Oh, and now there's a human that follows behind. Okay, number 10, this is your last step. Number 10 is very critical. Like, it brings everything full circle. And also about number 9, the dog distracted me. It doesn't take much. The wipe it down, make it shiny. My mother, I remember when they grew up very poor, in poverty. Thankfully, none of them are still in that poverty. But my grandma used to tell all 8 of them, we may be poor, but that doesn't mean we have to be dirty. And I just thought that was so great, and I just took it with me when I heard it as an adult. And like, when things were tight at certain times, and my car was messy, or my room was messy, or my apartment was messy, and my house, and I'm like, well, I can't go to the store and buy new pillows or a new couch. I can't go and buy new curtains. Right. Maybe I couldn't at the moment, but it still didn't mean that the room and the house had to be dirty. I could totally wipe things down, and that would be free, because you should have some clean chemicals and things in your house. If not, baking soda, vinegar, water, rags goes like an alcohol, rubbing alcohol, maybe the other alcohol. That might help you too. I don't know, it might be counterproductive. But those items, water, vinegar, baking soda, there's a third one. Water, vinegar, baking soda. We're gonna move on. But you have those, you can clean lots of things. There's people like moving around and stuff, and I gotta finish this up. We're gonna get professional soon. Just today isn't the day. So she said, you may be poor, but you don't have to be dirty. So it doesn't matter where you are in life or your tax bracket, like we were talking about earlier, income, you can still have a clean house. It does not cost anything to wipe things down. And my mom said, grandma would make us wash our underwears. They were passed down. There was 8 of them. They would have holes in them, but we would hand wash them in the sink, and we'd hang them and dry them up. So there's no excuse, no excuse not to have a clean house. You should respect yourself, clean your house. Okay, so make it shiny. That was nice. So number 10, the last one. This is crucial. This is what I say every day, all day to everyone for no reason. I just randomly will walk up to someone and say this. No, I usually just slide it in because it's perfect. Are you ready for it? Number 10. Have a place for everything and put everything in its place. So have a place for everything and put everything in its place. This is such a mind-blowing, awesome concept, guys. If you do this one thing, it will make a pinnacle difference in how your house looks. So for example, when I first moved in here, I moved into a pirate house. They had an old desk, like one of those really old, long metal desks, and battery's low, that's a sign. Hurry up, wrap it up. And it had no purpose because no one worked at this desk. What this desk allowed, because it was so big, it allowed crap and garbage and purposeless things to go on there. And some nice things, like there was a nice little seashell rack that was really cool. And I thought, boy, this should be hanging up on a wall. It's really nice. And then underneath this gigantic desk that was not a working desk, so it collected crap, a lot of it garbage, underneath was stacks and stacks and stacks of shoes. You would have thought a small army lived here. So I came in to do the cleaning. I was like, really? I'm not kidding. I took out so many shoes. There was a toad. Talk about castle and fairy tale stuff. Magic through boxes. There was a toad living there. And there's also a cornfield. So there also was a little mouse that had a home. He had a really cute home and little shavings of all different kinds. Makes his little pillow, makes his little nest, like circled it around. But all that was growing because the room had nothing in its place, and it didn't have a place for anything. An old desk is not a place for shoes. So what we did was we took it out of the room. We carried it out, and we also took the toad out, which our youngest son loved. We were dating at the time. He loved it. He loved this little toad. It like made his day. My little prince, his little toad. Okay, so what we did was we made a shoe rack. So we got some hardware, we got some stain, and we made a very simple but efficient shoe rack. So now I say, hey, come in the house, you put your shoes in the shoe rack. I'm still working on them to do that most of the time, but we're getting there, okay? So you need to have a place for everything. That's sometimes why we get overwhelmed with laundry. We can do laundry, and then we just stack heaping piles of clean laundry on the floor, on the bed, and then we just randomly each day grab something. And my belief for this is because we don't have a place for everything, because we have drawers that are overflowing, because we have 70% of clothes that we never wear. But that's a whole nother day talking about shelves. But if you say, okay, everything that's coming in this room is going to have a place specifically for it. And this is where you want to get cute containers, glass containers, go to a craft store, make sure you have a coupon because they're always overpriced. I don't know why. And find cute containers that match your theme, that match your style, that you look at it and brings you joy and it makes you smile. Like it just connects with you. You don't even have to know why, but it just connects with you. Buy that container, buy that box. And you're going to neatly put everything in it. So have a place for everything and put everything in its place. It is very vital that you do this. So if you do all those things, I guarantee you, you're going to have a clean and nice room. So remember, 1, get comfy, put on clothes that you feel comfortable to get nitty gritty and go hit that race and start working that castle. 2, have the time, whatever that time is, you know what it is, put it on your phone, because then you're going to tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to be here forever. There is an end time. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And you designate it and you set that time. You don't do anything but cleaning. Number 3, set the mood, set the atmosphere so you're inspired to work. For me, it's setting aromatherapy candles to get that smell, to get to my brain, to get to my emotions, to get to that feeling, and playing music and jams that I need. It may be something else for you. Number 4, pick a room. Stay in that room. Do not deviate. So another thing that I used to do is I used to say, oh, someone left something that goes in the dining room or goes in the office or goes in their bedroom, and I would go and take it there. Well, that's the trap. That's when I would get sidetracked, and then I'm like, oh, while I'm in this room, let me do this or let me put it away, and then I tinker and get lost. No. So what I would do, if it goes in another room, you just keep it out there. That was the whole purpose of emptying everything out. But if it is something, you're going to put it in those 3 boxes. You're going to leave it out in the room. So don't leave your room. Don't leave your station till it's done. If you know it belongs somewhere, keep it in a box or just keep it right outside the room. So then when you're done with the room, then you can go and disperse things. Or hopefully you have friends or family that you're done with the room, you show them how great it looks, and then you say, hey, can you help me take these to the other places? And just stick them there. Don't worry about them that day. So you picked a room, label the room. I want you to give the room a title, just like his purpose in a company. What is his title? Living room sounds obvious, but maybe your room, it's something different. Maybe it's the train area or the craft room or the office or whatever, the nursery. Label what it is, and then write, when you label it, write out what its purpose is. Like, write it out. Purpose is for relaxation, or purpose is to make money in here, or purpose is to have a happy baby and get it to sleep on time and taking naps and educating it when it's awake. Write the purpose of the room down. I guess it would be the room's why. And then lastly, write how you want people to feel and you feel when you're in the room, because this will again help your subconscious to know as you're putting the pieces together. Okay, number 6, empty the room. Whatever you can muscle out, whatever you can get out, take it out of the room. I know it sounds crazy, but you need to do this. This is vital for it to really have that big impact and that big change, like that haircut that you've had for 10 years, 20 years. You need a change, but you can't because you're still looking at it and you can't get it out of your mind of what it looks like and how you're comfortable. And we're just complacent people and creatures of habit. But if you empty the room, it's going to give you new life and a new idea of what you can do, and something amazing can happen with that. So you empty the room. 6. Number 7, wipe the room down from top to bottom. Use your Swiffy, get it all down, wipe it all down, touch it with the Kleenex, with wipes, with the Lysol, whatever liquid. Have your gloves on so you're not directly touching the chemicals. Okay, number 8, have the 3 magic boxes. So before you bring it in the room, you're going to give it a designated area. Am I going to give it away, put it away, or throw it away? And this is also key, like when you're getting ready, make sure you have garbage bags everywhere. Like have garbage bags everywhere, and it's going to feel so good when you just get rid of stuff. It like moves mountains. Number 9, wipe it down. So if you know that it comes in the room because it gives you joy, because it fits with the room's purpose and the room's why, wipe it down. Get that dust off. Get that layer of filth off. Get those fingerprints off of it. Get it shiny. Remember, you don't have to be rich to want to be clean. Make it look nice. It doesn't have to be brand new, but just wiping it down gives it new life and it revives it. It makes you feel good about the stuff you have. Even if you don't have the best stuff, you now have clean stuff, and clean stuff makes you happy. All right, number 10, have a place for everything and put everything in its place. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. This was my first one of really having purpose. We had 10 big points, and if you do it and do it for each room, you're gonna get better and better. It's gonna get easier and easier and quicker. So leave your comment. Don't be afraid, again, to like this page. Get your friends to like the page. June 12th, we'll do a $25 gift drawing, and then also go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and 2 of the subscribers will get a $25 gift card. I'm Faerie Grace, and you're amazing. Aw, your castle's looking really nice just by picking up that trash. Good job.